We went down to go catch the horses, and Taylor was 8 at the time, and so I was trying to let her be independent, to let her go catch the horse by herself. And the horse was being a horse. It was, spring. Horses get feisty in the spring. And Taylor kind of ran up behind her because I think she was going to try to go to the side to go cut her off. And the horse just wheeled around and kicked her right in the forehead. So I picked her up and I ran across the field and I put her in the truck and drove like a mad woman to the hospital. Initially, the doctor came in and he said, "Oh, she's going to need to have plastic surgery. But before we consider anything else, we're going to go and put her in, do a CT scan." And he came back after he got the results, and he almost had a hard time telling me what was going on, but he says, "Yeah, you're going to get transferred up to primary children's."
So I immediately called our 2 closest friends in our ward and said, "Could one of you meet me at the hospital to give a Taylor a blessing?" And our good friend came down, we gave her a blessing, and when I got home, word had already spread, and it was a testament of what true ministering is. And I came home to find the Relief Society president loading clothes in bags and arranging whatever we needed and asking what we needed done, and we quickly put the kids in the car and left.
Well, they also gave her another CT scan the second we got to primary children's, a very detailed one where they pumped her full of dye and everything. And then after that was done, the doctor came in the room and he said, "Have you seen any of these pictures?" I said, "No." He's like, "Okay, well, come over here and let me explain to you what exactly is going on." He told me, he's like, "Yeah, she has a just depressed skull fracture," and he was showing me on the screen, this is what it is. And he's like, "Here's the sinus, there's the damage, and, it's smashed and everything." I said, "Okay, well, how's the brain bleed?" And he looked at me funny. He's like, "Brain bleed?" I'm like, "Yeah, when we were in Cedar, she had a brain bleed." He's like, "There's no brain bleed." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "There's no brain bleed, it's gone." And they started prepping her for surgery at 2 a.m.
That was the hardest experience in my life. Watching my daughter get pushed away from us, and we couldn't be there for her. I just remember our bishop and our friends just telling us it would be okay.
It took them a little over 2 hours. It was the longest and shortest 2 hours of my entire life. The neurosurgeon showed me the pictures and explained exactly what he had done. So they knew that the sinus damage was there. Everybody saw it with their own 2 eyes. They had drilled 2 holes in her skull to take the pressure off the sinus. And then he cut around the depressed skull fracture and opened it up. And when he opened her up, the sinus damage was gone. Like, everybody's seen it on a CT scan. It was just gone, disappeared. And they're like, "What?" They were baffled. So it's just gone. But she recovered very, very well. We were discharged from primary children's only 5 days later.
The few miracles that I saw and the few lessons I saw, the power of the priesthood, from having a CT scan that was confirmed by not only one doctor, but neurosurgeons in primary children's, that there was a brain bleed and then there wasn't, and then the damage wasn't there. That was a miracle. And then the Christlike love of not only just our ward members, but our neighbors, and stepping in and completely taking care of everything while we were gone. Everything from making sure the mail was picked up or the animals were fed, and not necessarily asking, just doing it. And that was amazing. And it showed me that that's what a real minister is. A minister isn't waiting to be called upon. A minister acts.